Okay, good, good, good. So if you're on Facebook or on replay, let us know. We definitely want to know. And we hope that you'll come on the Zoom. Anyway, great to see your faces, you guys. Today we're going to talk about social media. I did have somebody I was going to share their story, but she's not on yet. Let's see. There she is. Okay, just in time. Shakira. Shakira. I can't help but say that. I can't help it. Hi, Shakira.
Greetings. How you doing?
Good. So we were just on a three-way call with Dr. Nalani, and Shakira has been doing so well sharing with her friends and family, and I just was so impressed with her. She's already doing her own presentations, and I just felt like you guys would want to know her. She's also maybe one day going to open up her presentations so that we can join her. And so I want you to meet Shakira. So, Shakira, if you could quickly share your story, then after that, we're going to go into social media. Glad you're here.
Okay. Peace and love, everyone. My name is Shakira. I am a holistic iridologist here in Pennsylvania in the Poconos. I'm also an herbalist as well. And I joined Juice Plus about, I want to say 6 months ago. It just made perfect sense to me to join this wonderful, not just a business, but an inspiration for more people to include health and nutrition in their lifestyle. Because I understand that even though we're eating vegan and vegetarian, we're not getting enough. So I joined, I have it in my home, and most of my family has it as well. And I have a family that has the Tower Garden in their home. So that's a little bit about me and why I joined the team.
Yes, and she does iridology, where she looks at people's eyes and she recommends things for their health. And so I asked her, what is it you usually recommend besides whatever medicines, herbs or medicines that she recommends? So go ahead and tell them what you recommend usually.
Yes. Well, so for anyone who doesn't know in the room, iridology, like I can look into your eyes and tell exactly what organ is weak and what diseases that you may have. And then from there, I know what herb and nutrition that you need. Okay. So what I say is nutrition comes first and the herb comes second, because the herb would not work as well as if you have a clean body. Okay. So the main thing that I love to suggest to my clients is the trio, which is the berry, fruit, and vegetable blend. I really love the berry blend because it has bilberries and all the berries and antioxidants in there that protects the eyes. Okay. Helps with improving vision and things like that. But I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to say that it helps or cures anything. Okay. But I'm just saying this is what I suggest to my clients to help aid in their nutrition intake.
Wonderful. Okay, does anybody have any questions from Shakira or of Shakira?
So are you doing iridology on like virtually? Like
Yes, I do iridology virtually. I just actually did a video on it yesterday on how to book a consultation with me. So what you do is once a person books a consultation on my website, you'll get clear instructions on how to take your eye photos. Okay. You'll email that to me. I go over the photos, and within 24 to 48 hours, we go on a Zoom call such as this, just me and the other person. And we go over all your findings of, your health. And then we go over what I suggest, what I recommend going forward to get you on the right path of health.
yeah, that's
So
super
yes,
cool.
virtual healing is very accurate, and it works. Okay, my motto is healing can take place anywhere.
All right. And tell us about the Tower Garden, your love for the Tower Garden.
Oh, I just put mine together about maybe a week ago. I haven't really started the seedlings yet, as I'm leaving town, so I don't even want to start it and not water it. But I love the Tower Garden. I love the concept of being able to be in control of growing your own food. And this is more important now than anything, because we see that stores were shut down, without our control. So if we if they shut down the stores that we need to feed our families, what we do. So not only that it gets us in that mode of thinking, but to know that we're saving money on our produce. I mean, I know me, I spend $6.99 on organic strawberries. So if I can eliminate that and kale and lettuce and all these things that I buy on a daily, this is the future way. I call it the new age gardening. That's what I call my meetings on Tower Garden, new age gardening, because some people say, I don't have, a green thumb. I don't have time for this. Well, this allows anyone to grow their own food, whether you have time or not, whether you have a busy lifestyle, you work. It allows anyone to grow their own food in their home. So if anyone is interested, I definitely urge you to get your mind, into that thinking of being in control of growing your own food.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shakira, for sharing. And she's just so super confident. And there's some lessons in just knowing that Shakira is pretty new, and she was able to just hop right in there and start sharing and even presenting. Nalani, do you have any comments about that?
Oh, yeah, I'm not muted. Absolutely. I just saw that it was such a perfect fit because Shakira, she's teachable, first of all. And even though she has a lot going on with her own businesses, she has more than one business actually, and she still finds time to work her business. And being teachable makes it even more exciting because now she just knows what to do. When she doesn't know what to do, she'll ask. So I'm proud of her. She's close to Q already, close to QSC, and she has goals. And I like that. I'm excited about that. She's already had a vision board. She has she has her businesses on a vision board. And so she knows where she's going and takes the time to think about it and to take the steps to get there. So we're excited for her.
Great.
That
Yeah.
is super. I have a clarifying, I want to dig in a little bit there with something Nalani said with Shakira. So Shakira, how do you, because that's a big thing for a lot of people. Like, you're busy, you have multiple businesses going on. A lot of people find that when they have something else going on, like they don't have time. They can't figure out how to do their Juice Plus business. So Shakira, what are some tips that you might have for people on how to fit their Juice Plus business into their life?
Her audio disconnected for a minute there.
Uh-oh. Where is she? I don't see her. Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
Shakira, are you with us?
it's frozen.
Well, I'll just tell you guys how the conversation went. She's very close to getting to QSC, and I said, "What if you really focused for the next 2 weeks because we have 2 more weeks left of October?" She's like, "Every time I put my energy into something, I forget what she said. Like it all comes up daisies or roses or whatever." So she's committed to putting her energy into this like as a higher priority because she's pushing for a certain goal by the end of the month. So I think that she just kind of prioritizes as she.
I love it. I love it because it's so funny. We end up spending time like reading books, like High Performance Habits and Goals by Brian Tracy and all this other stuff. And it really just comes down to that simple thing that like she wants something and she just puts effort towards it.
554-579.
And it just happens, well, of course it happens because she's prioritizing it. And I think that's awesome. So I think that's part of the reason why we end up having things like the Miracle Morning and goal making and dream boards, because those are all ways to trick you basically into like doing what she's maybe doing a little more naturally, which is just focusing on what she wants in life. And as Brendan Burchard would say, her actions are congruent with what her goals are. And that's where a lot of us go wrong. We want this so bad, but then we wonder, why aren't I doing the right things to make that happen? It's like, how did I end up doing that? It's like you end up just getting distracted, So I think keeping that focus is a great skill to learn for all of us. Thanks for inspiring us today, Shakira. Is your audio back? Can you give us any tips that you have?
Are you there, Shakira? She texted me to ask me because it went out, so she's back
Yes,
in.
yeah,
Oh, there you are.
yeah, it had went out. I had lost service. Yes, I'm here. What did you say?
I was going to ask, so you're really good at fitting in the business into your life, and you have multiple things you're working on and other projects and stuff. So what are some tips you have for people? Because a lot of people have trouble multitasking and moving forward in a business because they're just distracted. How do you name some tips you have?
Well, I'm not an expert in that area, but the one thing that I can say to fit this business into your existing one is to make sure that you separate passion from profit. Okay, so with this, this is my passion here, as far as teaching people how to eat to live and how to live quality and quantity of life. So that's how I was able to fit it in, because it fit in with the passion. Now, if you're passionate about helping people and inspiring people, this would fit into anything that you do. So if you're a business person, then you know that certain things are just for profit, that you're going to have this business and for profit. You don't care anything about it. But if you want to do something to help others and you also want to profit as well, this will quadruple what you're doing, so that you're putting both two P's, I call it the two P's, into one. So just to know to separate what you want to do, what you want to get out of it before you hop into it, okay? And then that'll show, it'll show in your work and in your profits of what you want, of what you're doing with it and what you want out of it, pretty much. I guess I repeated myself, but yeah. So passion, profit, to separate those two and to understand what you want out of the business.
So it's so great to see. I mean, she's impressive, guys. I mean, she's so young, and she's saying all the right things, but it's also all things that we've done through other things, like figuring out your why, exploring your why, like really having a clear sense of like what your core values are and your why and your purpose. And then it's easy to put a lot of effort in and to get your priorities straight because you really care about it. So thank you for sharing and inspiring. Guys, personal development, man, it's all about personal development. And when we say that, it's not just some obscure thing. It's specific. It's like knowing who you are, understanding what you want, learning how to achieve the things you want, setting goals and going for it. So it's huge. We got to grow into the person that we need to be to achieve the things we want to achieve. Great stuff.
Okay, Dougie, don't go away because you're going to do social media now. So
I know the dog. The dog dominates everything around here.
What was it called the other day? The dumb dog.
Dumb dog. I'm sorry. He looks at me. I feel bad. Now he looks at me like, why did you say that?
All you have to say is you say it in a cute little voice. You say it in a high-pitched voice.
Dum
No.
dum.
That was, sorry, you guys. I mean, that might not have been nice for you guys to hear, but that was what our daughter yelled out while we were on the last Zoom. You dumb dog, because she was doing something while she was on Zoom. So we're going to listen to the corporate speaker on social media that was on JP Live, and then we're going to talk about social media after that. But I wanted to make one comment to Kira in that conversation. I love that she has a dream board, and I remember in the Build It Big book, it talked about how when you have visualization, some kind of picture of what you want, then that accesses a different part of your brain than verbal or written. So, we haven't really worked on it lately. Some of you have individually, but having a dream board is a great thing because then it like does things subliminally or subconsciously to you that, you don't even have to think about. So I think that's a good reminder to work on that. Start collecting pictures of things you want in your life, and put it on a board. You ready, Dougie?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Are you seeing? Are you seeing it now?
Yes.
All right.
There's a line across.
And are you hearing it now?
Yes. Do you have your computer audio shared?
A social media game plan.
Do I have my computer what?
Audio shared because it didn't sound very strong.
How about now?
No. Can't hear it at all now.
That's exactly what I'm here to teach you.
That was better.
Let me try again. Make sure I share my computer sound.
You guys today how to leverage the existing tools on Instagram and Facebook that you already use, but give you a strategy and a different path on how you can leverage them to the maximum. Welcome everyone, my name is Ayaz Hussain. I am the EMEA Social Media Manager. I'm based over in the London, UK office, and I'm so thankful to be here at the convention to
Before we get going on this is only about 15 minutes at the most. But what we want to do is really listen, really take notes, and then we're going to discuss afterward the content. So here we go.
talk to you guys about social media. So we did some analysis and we reviewed 4 key content fields, which are food, family, fitness, and team building. So all you have to do is to think about what you enjoy the most, what passions you have, and then share photos, videos, and ideas to help others get into the same field as you. So if you started ice hockey or horse riding or yoga years ago, imagine you're talking to a newbie and imagine you're taking them on this journey with you from where you were to where you are. So what I want you to do is to open up your phone. I want you to look at your content fields and analyze the last 30 posts you made. So do it right now. While you're listening, do it right this second. Pick up your phone, keep scrolling through Instagram, through Facebook, whatever it is. And my main question to you is, from looking at these previous 30 posts, is it very clear and obvious what you post about? Is it smoothies? Is it your family? Is it yoga? Is it football? What are you actively giving value to your audience for? And if it's not clear, this is where you need to work. Instead of being a very varied creator, you might want to make it clear of one specialist area that you talk about, and then you dot in all the other stuff in between. But you need to make it very obvious that you share value in one particular field. So if it is fitness, if it is going to the gym, you're showing how you meal prep for the gym, how you work out in the gym, how you recover from the gym, how you have rest days from the gym. And take that idea and apply it to whatever your passion is, whether it's horse riding or crochet or anything like that. I want you to find what is your niche. And then I want you to think really about how you can create more and find other creative ways to talk about this topic, and then look at making it into a 15-second video, making it into a 15-minute Facebook or Instagram live. What other ways can you use to transfer your message in different content formats? One of the most powerful ways of doing this is with Instagram story stickers. These are amazing, probably my favorite feature on social media. So you take a photo or a video and you hit that little smiley face at the top. And there's a menu with a whole host of different functions. I'll go through some of my favorites, not all of them, but my favorite one is probably the mention feature. So you can tag someone else in your story. Maybe you're physically with them, maybe you're on a Zoom call with them and your team. If you tag them, the chances are they will mention you in their story. So that's going to open your fan base up to all of their audiences. It's really going to help you. The next one is locations. If you are in a key place like London, if you're by Big Ben, if you're traveling and you're in a cafe or in a restaurant, tag the restaurant. You tag them as a brand name and a location. And the power of doing both is that the brand name mention will repost you, and the location will find other people who live locally to you or locally to that restaurant will discover your brand. The next one is very interactive, and it's a poll. So you give people two options and you ask them to pick between their favorites. So what are your favorite chewables? The fruit blend or the garden blend? You ask people questions every single day. One of the next ones is called a slider. It's asking how much people agree. So you give them a sliding scale and you can choose any emoji to go on this. It might be a thumbs up, a prayer hands, the fire emoji, maybe even the stinky emoji. But anything you choose, you can ask people how much they agree with you. One of the next ones is called a countdown. So if you are dropping a key video at 6 p.m. tomorrow, you can set a countdown from now, how many hours, minutes, and seconds until you create that content. Everyone who clicks the little bell get a notification when the countdown ends. So then they will flood to go and watch your video. One of the last ones is quiz, and there are so many more, but quiz is you present 3 answers, 2 of which are incorrect and only 1 is the right answer. So you ask people to vote on a poll and they quiz to get the right answer. And there are so many more features that you can use, but this smiley face, the stickers menu, is where you access all of these, plus GIFs and animations and so much more. Now you've created some amazing content. You now know how to amplify that using the stories. But how can you find more people who like the same thing? This is the Instagram Explore page. You can find it by hitting the magnifying glass on your Instagram menu. And it shows you thousands of people who like the same thing as you. The first homepage of the Explore feed is tailored for you. So all the videos you like, all the followers and accounts that you follow, all the content you click the like button on, Instagram kind of analyzes that and it presents what it thinks you will like. So make sure you engage on this feed and find new creators that don't know about you every single day. And there are other tabs at the top for food, for fitness, for beauty, and you can find feeds and feeds of other amazing creators who like the same thing as you. It's a really powerful feature. I encourage you guys to use this almost more than you do the home feed, more than you do the stories. Use this Explore page as much as you physically can. By now you might be thinking, hashtags, this is one of the biggest pain points anyone faces when creating content. What are they and how do they work? I'm going to give you a really simple explanation. What they are communities. Please do not think of them as a mechanic to get more likes. Even though they can do that, hashtags are the gateway to finding thousands of other people who like the same thing as you. The easiest way is to physically type in a search word. Forget about all the apps that do it for you. Forget about all the crazy services you can pay. Physically search the word you're interested in. So hashtag smoothie. It will show you a long list of other suggested words that you could also use. Smoothie bowl, smoothie king, smoothie planet, smoothie crazy, all these different variations. These are called long tail extensions. The keyword is the short tail. You're trying to find extensions of this word. Now, every hashtag has 5 main components, and they're really, really easy. The first is the number of people following that hashtag, and there's a button there for you to follow that hashtag. The next is a story. So like I talked about, other people using a hashtag in their story on Instagram stories, it creates a feed of all the other people using this as well. The next is the top feed, so the best posts who are most relevant and have a high number of engagements. That's the top feed. It's really important. The recent feed is chronological, so all the most up-to-date photos using that smoothie bowl hashtag or whichever one you choose. So from 9 o'clock in the morning, as the day goes on, your photo will move down the ranks. And finally, you have the Instagram Reels and the videos, the 15-second micro videos using this hashtag. So these are the 5 main components. So what I want you to do, I want you to search that short tail word, to write down all of the long tail extensions In your phone, in the notes section, in Excel, on a piece of paper, you need to write as many hashtags down as you can. But I want you to choose hashtags that are small, so between 50,000 to 250,000. That's the sweet spot that is right for you as a small creator. There's no point using a hashtag with millions of people who haven't got the engagement levels to rank on that hashtag. So nice and small, between 50,000 to 250,000. So what I then want you to do is to take the most relevant 25 hashtags related to the post you just made. So if it was a post about yoga or a post about smoothie bowls, you have to pick relevant hashtags to that image or to that video. You can't pick irrelevant hashtags. It's a picture of you and your child. You can't put yoga-based hashtags there. You have to make them relevant. So finally, you've made your post and you've used those hashtags in the comments underneath your post. So not in the caption. You've posted your photo right now, not 4 days ago, not 4 hours ago, right now. And you comment underneath your own photo with your 25 ideal hashtags. So once your post starts getting a couple of extra likes, I then want you to click each of these hashtags. You've used a big list, click each of them. And you'll see that hashtag with a feed with the top 9 posts. And I would love for you to comment on the top 9 posts by asking very meaningful questions and leaving some value. Please do not spam. You don't want compliance to be flagging you for spamming and tagging, but you want to ask genuine, real-world connections. Ask about the breed of someone's dog. Ask about what ingredient made their smoothie turn blue. Ask as many questions as you can every single day on the top 9 posts of all the hashtags you use. And that is really a basic run through of how they can really impact your business. Let's move on slightly. Let's talk about the perfect Facebook and Instagram live. Your upline might be telling you you must go live every single day. You might be wanting to go live, but not be sure what to say. Now, the most important part of a live is not how many people are watching. It's how many people tune into the replay for the next 24 hours. So as much as you do want likes, comments, and interactivity, you also want replay video views. The worst way to start is by moving the camera or fixing your hair or fixing your clothes when the live begins. You can do all that before you press the red button. So the perfect way to begin a live is to break it up into sections. The first 30 seconds, I want you to introduce yourself, who you are, and what you're about to do. So make a smoothie bowl or head to the gym. You're going to give the context first. In the second 30 seconds, I want you to welcome everybody joining in, clicking the like button or commenting. You're going to interact with them and say their name. Hello, so-and-so. Welcome to so-and-so. You're going to physically call their name aloud so that when they hear their name, they're more likely to stick around for the rest of the live. And finally, after the third 30 seconds, you're going to say, for those of you just joining, I'm going to be talking about. And by that time, everyone would have received a notification that you are live and they would be joining in. You don't have to procrastinate with the first 90 seconds waiting for the audience if you go straight in with the value. So I hope that tip really helps you on how to master the perfect Facebook Live. Let's move on a bit more. The algorithm. Just to wrap up, I hear so many people saying the algorithm has changed. Guys, I can't be clearer with you. The algorithm is people's habits. So unless their habits have changed, I'm sorry to say, you got boring. You became less interesting to other people. If you are trying to replicate the Facebook 2015 recipe in 2020, I'm sorry, it's not going to work. You have to be better than your competition. You have to stand out more than the millions of posts people are scrolling through every day. So if you don't put enough effort into your content, why do you think your audience is going to give you the effort of paying attention? So in order to be better, you need to follow these 3 simple steps. Number 1, you have to take your followers and treat them like your fans. And what do I mean by that? I mean, followers follow thousands of different brands. They don't really care about every single person they look at. But if you welcome people into your circle and you treat them as fans and you reward them with advice, tips, and inspiration, you'll start to earn their trust. So people will come back every day regularly to get the advice and to get the tips, things that you learn along your journey when you first started horse riding or first started American football, first started raising a family, the tips you learned that made your life easier. Next, you convert your fans into friends. So you ask people questions and you get them to vote in the comments or in the stories of your posts. And the more people have earned your trust, the more they're going to vote and participate. And others will see, who are just watching casually, they'll see that you have a community and they're going to ask you on the direct messages how they can join, how they can find out a little bit more, because they'll see the proof of the community. And finally, you treat your friends as your family. And Facebook and Instagram have publicly announced that they prioritize content from your friends rather than brands. So if you treat someone as an entity and give them a brand name and you're not human on a personal level, they're not going to resonate with that content. But if you treat them as a friend and direct message them or show up on their content in the comments, they're going to have much more of a better relationship with you. And so when you voice note each other, when you send each other a DM, Facebook, Instagram say, hey, these guys are real world friends. They're voice noting, they're DMing. Let's show this person's content to this person much more often every time they sign in to Instagram or Facebook. And that, my friend, is how to win. You literally treat your followers as fans and your fans as friends. And if you create exactly what they will want to see with advice, tips, and inspiration, it's going to be so much easier for you. Thank you so much for listening to this. I really appreciate you being here and being ready to design your social media game plan. You are ready to start, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.
Sorry about my cough. I couldn't mute or the video would mute.
I'm telling you, that was one of the most powerful 15 minutes. I'm glad to hear it again.
Right. How did he do that?
How does he fit so much?
That was amazing. Yeah, I definitely wrote down lots of notes that I didn't realize from last time. So that was good. Good to watch it again. Wow. Okay, Gwen had a comment. So Gwen, tell us about this that you do daily to come up with posts.
Yeah, I like to use that magnifying glass on Instagram. It opens up a whole nother world. I get lost in there. Be careful, it's like Pinterest. You can get lost in there just searching and looking at all those new things, but they're kind of like what we already focus on. So I can find healthy living posts really easy to share tips and tricks and things like that.
Wow.
You're my social media hero, Gwen.
Yeah. Good, really good.
Well, I love it. You see, I appreciate being able to communicate with people everywhere, and I feel like they're friends of mine. So I really love it.
You're making lots of friends, right?
Yeah. I'm working on Australia now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to discuss or ask questions. I mean, there's some people that know more than others on here. So I think we want you guys to ask what you're curious about or point out what you liked, and let's try to dig in a little deeper.
Okay, I had a question regarding, so he used Instagram initially to kind of talk about the engagement of the hashtags and all that. Is that also true with Facebook? Does anyone know?
No, yes. Facebook, the hashtags don't work very well for Facebook. However, you can make a post on Instagram. And I'm glad he said what he said about when to put the hashtags in. You can make the post on Instagram that it automatically goes to Facebook. And after you post it, then you come back to your Instagram and to your comments and you put all your hashtags in your Instagram. Because if you do it the other way, like I used to do it because I didn't know better, all of those hashtags show up on Facebook and they don't really have much of a meaning for people on Facebook. So it's better to do that. Put it on Facebook, put it on your Instagram, and then have it automatically go to Facebook, and then in the comments
Yeah.
of your
So I have-
Instagram, put your hashtags.
So I have a question about that. So I see people that it does go from Instagram to, Facebook, and they have the hashtags. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It seems like it's an extra step for me that I don't know that I would take to like do it and then go back to Instagram and then put in the hashtags. Like, it's not negative to just put it onto Facebook with the hashtags. It just doesn't benefit you.
Right. However, some people know that you just put it on Instagram and it went over. So first of all, you don't go back and forth. Maybe I made it, I did say back and forth. You don't have to go back and forth because you have the setting that's set to automatically go to Instagram.
So when you post,
to Facebook.
when you're in Instagram and you have it set to automatically post to Facebook,
Yeah.
it looks like a normal post. It doesn't say like it. You know how it used to do, like it would say from post my party. It doesn't do that. It just
Right.
seamlessly goes in because they both own it's owned by the same people.
It goes right to Facebook, and then after you post it, after you send it or whatever it is that you do, you post, then you just put your hashtags. You have your hashtags, like he said, they're all saved up in a place, so you can just copy and paste all your hashtags right there in your comments as a comment.
So like
I'm
Heather
not
said,
100% sure though. But what was that?
I'm sorry, not in the post, in the comment.
Right, not in the post, in the comment, because you already posted it. You sent the post. And it's better to put them in the comments. I took a course on it, it was a while ago, and I don't remember why, but she said the same thing. She said, post first, then put all your comments, put all of your hashtags in the comment.
yeah,
I've
and-
also been told the same exact thing. Sorry, I don't know where my camera is exactly that, is to post, and then in your comments, either if it's your recipe, your hashtags, whatever else it is, it goes in your comments. And you could even put in your post recipe in the comments, or I just posted something on the Healthy Starts at Home with a bunch of different like recipes, and instead of putting it in the thing, under each picture was another tag of something else or whatever. I'm not sure the formula why, but I've always been told that.
So you can search hashtags on Facebook, but it's just not part of the Facebook culture. I mean, you wouldn't watch the debate and go on Facebook and search a hashtag. Usually you would go on Twitter or Instagram or something like that. And if you're doing TikTok, there's a lot of hashtagging is good there too. Or Snapchat or whatever.
So does anybody know, because I will tell you that I need to get better with Instagram. I really stink, quite honestly, at Instagram. Facebook, I have noticed that when the hashtags are there, they are starting to come up now. So I wonder if Facebook is trying to do more of the hashtags. Does anybody else notice that, where they used to not automatically fill in and now I've seen them fill in?
Mine have always
No.
been.
No, mine didn't.
Yeah.
That's because you're a social media rock star, Gwen.
Yeah, and I always try to use the same ones for mine so that I can search in the search bar on Facebook for my healthy tipster posts and whatever, like concentrated powdered produce. Those will come up on Facebook. I just don't think people search them very much, but I could go back and find a post that way if I go that way.
Do you think people do a lot of searches by hashtag on Instagram?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just looked on Facebook and it said, I looked up hashtag healthy food and it just told me that 784,000 people are talking about this, and it shows me posts.
Wow.
So why is it so different with Instagram and Facebook? It's because Instagram's younger crowd, typically, that's how it started out. Why is it so different?
Well, one reason it's different is because Instagram doesn't have groups or pages. So there's no, just like Twitter, there's no way to organize. Like he said, hashtags are communities. So there's people that post like Go Knowles for FSU, Florida State University football, or FSU football. And the only way I would even see who's talking about it would be to search Go Knowles or FSU versus UF or whatever, and then the football game comes up. Whereas on Facebook, there might be a page for FSU where they're posting this stuff.
All right, that finally makes sense. That finally clicks with me. Thank you.
So theoretically,
Also, though,
some people could use like Twitter to actually do like your customer group. You would just use it as a hashtag. The problem is it's always public. It's always out there in the public. And there are groups
now,
like
Nanette
that.
says, yeah. So Nanette says that she finds that Instagram is a lot more gentle, not friendly, a lot friendlier. You know, people are not posting their opinions out of the people and all of that. They're just saying what opportunity there. People don't use, there's the opportunity because there's always the comments, but people don't usually have disagreements and stuff like that on Instagram, where you'll find that a lot on Facebook, if that's, you know, if you see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just, that's when you do that. Yeah.
So I don't understand. Arlene, help me. She said there are groups on Instagram. I don't understand. So if I'm searching hashtag home businesses, I see tags, tops, accounts, places. What do you mean that there are groups? Arlene? No?
You know, she's at work.
Sorry, I had to unmute. So for Instagram, when you go into the search screen and you type in a hashtag, that is considered a group.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, so groups, to wrap your mind around it, think of a hashtag as a group.
right.
But it's
wait,
not
Then you
separate.
have there are two groups within a hashtag. There's the top post and then the recent. If you stay on top post, you're pretty much going to see the same posts. But if you go to recent, as people are posting, it's updating.
Wait, I have a question to clarify what she just said. So Arlene, you're saying a hashtag in Instagram is considered a group because the collective is tagging that. So
Correct.
you're considered a group, not so much on Facebook where you're considered a group and where you're interacting and you're joining for a purpose, like the Healthy Starts at Home group or
Right.
something like that. Is that correct? Do I
That's
understand that?
correct. Remember,
Okay.
Instagram started out as a photo sharing app for the younger generation who didn't want to leave captions and blah, 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 blah.
Right,
And
okay.
so the way you stayed on top of the photos or stayed up with the latest using hashtags. That was the original intent of Instagram. Whereas with Facebook, it was pretty much like a timeline scrapbook, memory keeping type app.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
So I just went in and I searched as Arlene was talking, and I searched just eat more plants, right? And the first thing that comes up is eat more plants dot something, and then it says plant-based vegan recipes. So I click on it and it's like a group. There's 221 posts and there's almost 16,000 followers.
Right.
So
Right.
instead of joining a group, it's just the followers. So it is the same.
So isn't that interesting? So when you put that hashtag on your post, potentially 16,000 people, you're posting into a group of 16,000 people.
No, because I think there's only 221 posts. This is her own because it's like no brownie, some like
No,
there's
what I'm saying is, if there's 16,000 people following the hashtag, when you use that hashtag, those people are following that hashtag.
That's right.
So in Instagram, you're not following a hashtag, you're searching. So if I go in to the search bar and I search Juice Plus, everyone that uses that hashtag will come up. It's not really a following.
You can follow a
You can
hashtag.
follow it.
You can follow it.
So once you search for a hashtag, when you click on the hashtag, there's a blue bar that says follow. And then you'll start seeing those posts, like healthy lifestyle. If I follow that, now I'm going to start seeing that in my feed.
Oh, yes, yes, I do.
Yeah,
see.
like My Healthy Tipster, you can follow that.
I was actually going to ask about that. Is there any use to having a hashtag that is more branded, like Gwen's Healthy Tipster, and I've started using Full Send Health? Like, is that a positive thing? Because it's not really a group. It's almost like my personal brand.
I think it is because people can always find you under your brand. They can just look under your hashtag on Instagram and put in Full Send Health, and all of your cool pictures are going to come up. Just like mine, they put in the Healthy Tipster and they'll see my food and my skiing and everything. So it's your brand.
Right.
Be careful with your brand.
How many people did the exercise he said where you looked at your Facebook, your last 30 posts?
Yeah.
Was anybody
I did.
horrified? Anybody horrified? I'm pretty, no wonder people think I only grow tower gardens because that's all I post.
Well, on one hand, he said that, you know, if you're not scattered and they know what to expect from you.
Right, right.
But I like his thing, food, what is it? Food,
Yeah.
family, fitness, team building. Was he saying that's what we should be posting in Juice Plus? No.
Yeah.
That might be what that's what his thing is or whatever. So like,
So he was saying you would pick one of those to be your primary posting, like
Okay.
posts, and then you'll trickle other things in. So if it's
Okay.
family, then you're always posting mainly about family, but then you're trickling health in and trickling other things in.
I like the way he said, imagine you're talking to a newbie and go back to where you were before and just start teaching. It goes along with Fraser Brooks too, who says, tell a little bit of your story, share a little bit of your journey or your story. So I like that it's like you're teaching or telling somebody a journey or a story. Cool.
Can someone clarify for me how he was, one thing I didn't understand was how he was saying to get the 25 ideal hashtags. How was he saying that you gather those 25?
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
what he was saying is your 25 most
That one I'm really familiar with.
hashtags. You pretty much save it, for example, in your notes section of your phone. So the next time you go to post, say something on Juice Plus or a shake, like I have probably like 6 main hashtags that I always use. But what he's saying is save those so you remember what the top 25 ones are that you use and use that in your comment section of your phone.
Okay,
Does
I
that make
already
sense?
do that. I thought he was saying something else. I thought he was saying to do a search of something you posted to see what but okay, I already
No,
do
and
it.
then he did. Then after that, you go and you click on those hashtags and the top 9 posts for that currently on Instagram for that hashtag. He wants you to
Right.
comment on those top 9 posts.
Because those are your group, your community.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
Those are your people.
hashtag it.
But you're not asking and spamming. He just wants you to like start conversations. Something like, oh, how did you get your smoothie, blue? Like what ingredient did you use? You're pretty much just starting a conversation, even if you already know that it's blue-green algae, you're just starting a conversation with people.
So
Okay.
this was at the conference, right? Let's just say 10,000 people watch this. Are we all of a sudden, and I'm just going to throw out Eat More Plants, even though there's 700,000 people. And I know he said the sweet spot is between 50 and whatever, 250. Are we all of a sudden, am I going to start seeing like Arlene asking questions? Like we're all going to be in these same groups because it's like, you know, Eat More Plants and Plant Power and like, or no?
So to answer that question quickly, remember Instagram, if you and I post at the same time, Karen, I guarantee you our posts will not show up side by side on that hashtag because thousands of people are posting at the same time. So if you ever post something and then click on your hashtag, because I have done it several times, just to see where my post falls, like I have to scroll down several pages before I see my post because thousands of other people are posting at the same time. So you and I might not even show up on the same page. So the chances of you and I seeing the top 9 posts at the same time is slim.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, who feels like they could get way better at this stuff? Okay.
Who feels like they still need more training?
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I'll bring up something just because I've found that if I'm thinking it, maybe somebody else is too on 99% of the stuff. But something that holds me back from kind of going all in on like the personal branding type stuff is that it seems like the most popular accounts and brands is going to require me to like post like as a mermaid, or like showing my abs in the gym, or like doing all this workout stuff, or being like, you know, for you ladies, being like a beach babe. So this, if you ever feel like, I'll coach you so I can coach myself. You feel like, well, you can't really do this because you don't have like the beach bod pics and all this type stuff. It's actually true. As you search the hashtags, I'm looking at the top posts. There's some accounts that are just pictures of smoothies. Like you don't have to brand your abs as the thing. If you have abs, like Michelle, God bless her. If I had Michelle's abs, I'd show them too. But I don't have those abs. But I, you know, so but I have 4 awesome Tower Gardens and I can show those, you know, and I have other life experience. So I think something that I'm still like getting over, and I'm just being transparent with you guys, is that fear of like comparison of like what a cool account is. But the truth is there's people that have accounts, like everybody that's successful on social isn't beautiful or something. You know, it's about value and content. And I guess there are accounts that are just like booty pictures and stuff. But those, I guess, bring value to certain people that want to see booties all day. You know what I mean? So that's why but honestly, that's why those accounts are popular, because somebody is demanding to look at a booty. You know, so the same thing, there's people demanding to look at how do I get healthier? How do I, you know, make a salad? How do I make a smoothie? So I don't know if anybody else wants to share on that. I feel like I just got that out and now I can move forward.
Well, no, that's absolutely. We suffer from what someone called it comparisonitis. Like we're on social media, we have this great idea, but then we click on a hashtag and it's like, oh, there's millions of other people doing it. So let me put my phone down because there's no need. But what we have to realize is there's only one you that can speak the way you do and do the things you do the way you do it. So if you're constantly scrolling all the time on Instagram, suffering from comparisonitis, you'll never get it, you know. And what I like to live by is imperfect action beats perfect inaction any day. So constantly being consistent, putting your content out there. And I could speak from experience. My friend, I wasn't posting as much, maybe like a month ago. And he's like, why are you not on Instagram? And I'm like, because, you know, sometimes I can't put the words together to say what I want. He said, just do it. You know, like you have all of these great ideas. People need you. And in like a month, I'm checking my insights. There's a button on Instagram as well. You can check your insights to see how well you're doing. If it's in the green, I was in red. And within a month, I gained 300 followers just from being consistent, and everything was plus, content reach, engagements. So you can check how you're doing by checking your insights And as he said, I mean, he gave a lot of game in that free game in that video. And what I really liked is that between 50,000, 250,000 following those hashtags to use those, because you'll be more likely to be seen in those. So I gained that gain from him. So now I'm gonna start doing that, because I'm thinking, oh, use the one with 1.7 million, and people, no, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. So I want to definitely gonna use that to my business. And yeah, that's the key, to not suffer from comparisonitis. It's only one you, and that's the key. So
Amen.
Well, I'm not usually on Instagram, so that would be my first step. Very interesting
Yeah.
to look at the hashtag.
Either. And I think that really hit me where he said, if you're just doing what we did 5 years ago, then, you're boring and all this stuff. And I realized, this isn't, either you're going to learn what's happening now, or you will become extinct. Like, I want to take advantage of the opportunities that are out there. So this really ignited me to want to learn more and get better.
Too, because I had, like I said, I paid for this course, didn't stick with it, didn't follow it through. I started gung-ho and then went into management mode with my team instead of going out and doing that which I expect my team to do. So that was a wake-up call for me, and very helpful. I mean, these tips, what he gave in that 15 minutes, that's what you're going to get when you pay for something, except that you get, of course, a lot more, and you'll have it for the rest of your life to go into. So there's a lot of value in it, though. But I hear you, Doug.
He's really good. Maybe we could show the one he did before. Also, did you that one? I think you did. The last time he spoke.
Does he work for us?
I don't think so. He named the company that he worked for.
I mean, he'd be a good guy to kind of figure out where he's at and see if he has any YouTubes and things like that.
I thought he did work for us, based out of the UK.
Oh,
okay.
That's what I understood in the beginning. I could be wrong, but that's what I understood in the beginning. Yeah, Ayed Sayed out of Juice Plus London.
Yeah. Awesome.
Right, because I couldn't understand. Oh, Juice Plus London. Oh, yeah. So what was that before he said Juice Plus London? What was that? I thought that was the name of a company.
Yeah, I think it was EMEA something. And
okay.
I don't know. I thought it was just his name.
I thought his name was like Amir Hussein.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Ayaz.
Ayed Sayed or something I wrote down. Watch it again, I guess.
So
we all get to go back to the recording.
Yeah, the recording from before is in Team Transformers Facebook. You have to look under social media in the search bar and find it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it's AYAZ Hussein, and there are oh yeah, he's got some other he's got a 24-minute video on YouTube called 24 Hours on Instagram with Ayaz Hussein, Juice Plus. So yeah, there's some stuff.
Oh yeah, he's on Instagram too.
Okay.
Only 3 posts.
AYAZ Hussein.
Cool.
HUSSAIN. Cool. Well,
Neat.
It's good stuff, guys. I feel like we got some growth to do in this area, so we'll probably come back to it. But Sharon, you got anything before we wrap up?
Today's Wednesday. We have an event. Joy and them have an event tonight. Is that true? Wine and Wellness?
At 8:30.
Yeah, Joy and Alicia.
Joy and
I have
myself, we're gonna have wine wellness tonight at 8:30 p.m. It's a little Trivial Pursuit game and just enjoying wine, and then some JP tidbits towards the very end, very low key,
Cool.
that people feel nice and comfy.
Online.
So it's a very
Yeah.
low pressure Trivial Pursuit. That's cool.
Yes.
Shakira and I are doing one at 8 o'clock. So we're going to tell everybody after we finish at 8 o'clock to hop on to the Wine and Wellness at 8:30. So I'm
Nice.
looking forward.
Thank you. You're awesome. Thank
And
you.
Nalani, yours is Tower Garden focused?
Yes.
Elisa, can you put that flyer in? I think we have it in the SC group, but if you could put it for the team, if you have enough room, that'd be great.
And the Wine and Wellness, is the flyer also on Team Transformers?
No. Mm-mm.
I'll add it right after this call.
I know
Thanks.
it's not this week, but next week, Nalani, the 21st is when you're doing your talk, right? On Healthy Starts at Home, our big group.
Right.
And there is a Zoom tomorrow night called Holistic Health for the Whole Body. Margie DeHaze. She's a holistic practitioner, clinical reflexologist. And that I'll put right now on our Voxer. It's been in the announcements, I think. Okay, but that's it. I mean, it's 2 weeks left in the business month. Let's get ourselves some good paychecks. Let's keep up the momentum, and let's try out some new social media strategies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming on, guys. Always good to see you.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to see everybody. It's been a while, but thanks for doing this.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Have a great day.
Bye, Christine.